Okay guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing the OB8F Drafter. This is a Ellis Car Meet car. I'm actually trying to win it. Come top 3 for 4 days in a row in the Ellis Car Meet. And that's how you win it. Okay, let's move on to the test drive. So the OB8F Drafter, $718,000 on Legendary Motorsport. And that could be wrong. It could be like a trade price or something, but I think it's actually worth going for, considering the price tag. It's a two-seater car. It's got good handling, good braking, good turning. Everything about the car does take corners well. Yes, I'd recommend the 8F Drafter. Try and win it if you can, but if you can't, I would honestly recommend it. It's not a bad car. This is the Fiesta Neon podium vehicle, probably worth going for. Let's test drive this thing out. And it's electric. Okay, the car has good turning, good braking, good handling, and this car is actually worth going for. This car costs $1.5 million. Absolutely go for it, because it is a good car. It performs well, hands well, braking, turning, everything is good, and it probably will have some decent upgrades too, so definitely go for the car if you can. FMJ, let's test drive this thing out. Okay, the FMJ is a supercar. You can find it at the Ellis Car Meet, and I actually think this car is worth it, even though it doesn't have many upgrades for the car at all. It costs $1.75 million, or $1,750,000, to be technical. But yeah, the car's definitely worth it. It takes corners well, brakes well, handles well. All things about the car is good, and I actually have this car on 2 different games. I mean, this game and Need for Speed Heat. And Need for Speed Heat is actually better. But long story short, this car is pretty good. Okay, this is a Vapor Creek. Let's test drive this thing out. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it straight up. No, I don't think this car is worth it. I just don't like the look of it, really. But I'll go over this a little more. This is $909,000 for this car, but you could have got this car for free, or for people who logged on December 25th, 2015, which is a while ago, like a while ago. So it's obviously a 2-store car. It takes corners well, brakes well, handles well. All things about the car is good, but I just think this thing is ugly. And I will not lie, I do think this car would have some upgrades, but I can't imagine it having a whole lot for a car that just makes me think of Alfred from Batman. This is the Revolta. Let's just drive this thing out. Okay, the Revolta is $1,610,000. The car performs well, brakes well, and as well, it's really good. But there are also some extra features about the car that's actually a little bit better than most. This car is a four-seater, so you can fit four people in the car. This car has excellent turning, braking, handling. Everything about the car is great. So yeah, I would probably recommend it. Now I can imagine this car would have some decent upgrades too. So yeah, I'd say the Revolta's worth it. It's also on discount for this week. Okay, this is the infant stage. Let's just try this thing out. And it's electric. Didn't know that. Okay, so the infant stage is 2,472,000. What a price! But I wouldn't. I probably would go for this car, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, but I would recommend you guys go for it, to be honest, because of the price. The price tag is just too high, I reckon. Um, but yeah, the car does perform well, handles well, brakes well. Everything about the car is great. But this car is also an Amani Tech vehicle, which I can see a lot of good benefits, like the Nissan Lock-On Jammer or the remote control thing. But is that really worth it for a $2 million car? I don't think so. Okay, this is the Cascader. Let's just drop this thing out. Okay, so this car is 1.65 million or $1,650,000. It's a four-seater. The car takes corners well, brakes well, and handles well. But I still probably wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. And it's not that I have a thing against SUVs. I actually like them. But this SUV in particular just makes me think that this car won't have many upgrades. I don't know what it is. I don't think I've actually bought this one before, but yeah, I don't think this car would have many upgrades, so I don't get it. Alright, this is the Torero. Let's just try this thing out. Okay, the Torero. I noticed this first thing when when I first loaded this car in. This car has some interesting lights. Anyway, that's not what you're here to see. You're here to teleport the car. 998,000 for this thing. It's a sports classic car. Like I said, it was the Torero. This car can take corners well, brakes well, and handles well. Definitely worth the money, I think. I'm not really sure. I don't think I remember upgrading this car. So maybe one day I'll upgrade it. I don't know. But I think this car is pretty cool. I can't even lie, guys. I don't know how I feel about the car, really. The car takes quarters well, brakes well, and handles well, but I'm not sure about the upgrades, okay? So get it if you want, but I'm probably not going to get it. What? We've got the 190Z. Let's just drop this thing out. I will not lie, braking probably needs to be improved, but that might have been just my driving. Anyway, this car's $900,000. Finally, a car that's actually an even number. Anyway, no, I would not recommend this car. I just don't think it looks that good. I think it looks pretty ugly. Okay, now this is a car you'd find in Alfred's garage in Batman. Anyway, this is the Hustler. Let's just try this thing out. Definitely do not go for this car. I know this car doesn't have many upgrades. Okay, take my word for it. Anyway, this is the Hustler. It's a two-door car. $625,000, and I'm just not a fan of the looks. Okay, I'm not a fan of the looks. Okay, this is the Rutter now. Let's just try this thing out. This car is $380,000. Not bad on price. The thing that kind of sets me off about this is that it's a two-door car. I feel like you can fit at least 4 people on this car. Anyway, the car performs well, brakes well, handles well, and I actually kind of like the looks. The thing that, but I also feel like the car would have some upgrades, some decent upgrades. Maybe some liveries too, I don't know about that last part, but still the point is I think this car is worth going for, the Rutter. It's actually an off-road car. I don't know how it would perform off-road because this track doesn't go off-road at all, so. Okay, this is the Thrust motorcycle. Let's just try this thing out. Okay, I'll give it points for able to do wheelies, but still I wouldn't recommend it. It's just a bike. Who cares? Anyway, this is $75,000, so it's actually not bad on price. But it's just another bike. Really, who? I'm gonna say no. Okay.